Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you own a D21, then you know the interior door plastics are prone to fading. Rarely will you find a hardbody with original trim or window cranks that aren't a totally different color. My truck, the driver's side armrest, also had a tear in it, so I went to eBay to find replacements for all these items, and in this video I'm going to show you how I installed those and a few tips and tricks. We'll start off with the driver's side armrest, which is held on by two Phillips head screws. As you can tell here, the color between the original and the eBay armrest isn't a perfect match. The eBay armrest is a gray color while the original is more of a bluish gray. And the eBay armrest is made of a sturdy plastic while the original is foam with a thick vinyl wrap. I think the original has a much better feel to it. Once I get this installed, you'll be able to tell, but the size is quite a bit different. The eBay armrest is much smaller, and the indentation of the old armrest is embedded into the vinyl, so it's kind of an eyesore. And as you can imagine, so far I'm not a huge fan with the eBay armrest, especially considering the cost. Next, we'll do the door handle trim, and to help me out with this, I bought a trim removal kit from Harbor Freight for about $8. I would definitely suggest getting one of these and have them sitting around. Comes in handy. Now, to get this off, the original trim has one clip at the top in the center and then two at the bottom. You have to be somewhat forceful, so I played around with it with the different tools and the locations until I found the sweet spot. I will say, these tools are a must. If you try to use a flathead screwdriver, you damage the old trim and probably the door vinyl as well. When you compare the new one to the old one, you can tell that the new one from eBay is a lighter gray than the originals were, but it's definitely better than the faded original now. They snap on easy, but it's not a tight fit like the originals were. That's why I keep messing with it here. But even with it being a lighter gray than it should, they look much better. Next, we'll move on to the window crank, and as you can tell right there, there's a clip we're going to need to remove. On the new handle, you can see what the clip looks like. We'll either have to pull it from the top to pull it out, or catch the edges to pull the sides out. I found a trick online that helps remove the window crank clip. If you use a real thin cloth, probably a little thinner than what I have here, you can slide it between the crank and the door, catching the edge of one of those clips and then pull it out. I think I had beginner's luck because I got it on the first try with this one. And as you can see here, I got the clip disengaged on that one side. Now I just got to use my plastic tool to get it the rest of the way out. And for reference, I'll slide this clip back in here so you can see what the original looked like with the clip engaged. Here's the original and the eBay version side by side so you can see the difference. As far as shape and size, they're identical. The eBay crank is that lighter color gray, which is not a perfect match, but at least it's not faded. Next, I'm going to show you how not to put the crank back on. I didn't figure it out until I got to the passenger door, but you can secure that clip first, then install the crank with the clip already on there. It's easy to push on, and then the clip being engaged won't let it pull back out. But if you try to put the clip on after you slide the handle onto the shaft, it's going to be very difficult. So the driver's side is complete, and this is the final product. As you can tell, the armrest sticks out like a sore thumb, but probably not as much as the original ripped one, but enough to bother me. I'll probably end up looking for another original somewhere, as this passenger side is in perfect condition, so I only need to replace the driver's side. Now we'll do the same thing to the passenger side door, but since you know the drill, we'll speed through it. I do want to thank you for stopping by, and if you don't mind, leave me a comment and let me know what you think about those armrests. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and think about subscribing. So I do want to show this part at regular speed. This is where you put the clip in first and correctly attach the crank. Alright, that job is done, and here's a little bonus footage for all you D21 enthusiasts. I had a comment on another video that mentioned having the original Jack as a plus, as they're almost impossible to find. So I decided to open this cover and check, and sure enough, I have the Jack. So let me know how you get that out of there. Oh, you'd have to release it. Huh. I don't need it right now, so I will not release it. And some extra bonus footage. There are two clips below the window there. I never knew what they were for until I was watching a random YouTube video, and they're the hang your seatbelts on. Now I know.